Hello, and welcome to another session of What the? Today's topic of discussion is primarily meant for women. Body language. I'm not going to go into all the scientific principles of, crossing the legs, the flipping the hair, so on and so forth. What I'm going to go into is the welcoming of advancing conversation and communication. I think the most important circumstance in welcoming conversation is not a blank stare. When you do look at the opposite sex, most of the time, if you are attracted to that person, you're just kind of in an infatuation glare. This goes into the whole concept of remember to strategize and plan prior to that. If you know you're going to come in contact, or if you want to come in contact or communicate with that person, that opposite sex, you have to have some type of strategy or plan. This is going to be a plan of getting a conversation moving and making sure the other person is at ease, comfortable in entering into a conversation. So, match their energy. That's what you have to do. So, if a guy is kind of hyper and all this other stuff, and he's getting your attention and stuff, mimic his actions. Do something that shows that you're, what's this all about? Or something like that. That way he knows that you noticed him, and then that is an open. It's like, oh yeah, well, just kind of coffee, or feel a little edgy today, I'm just kind of excited, it's a beautiful day, I like the weather, so on and so forth. That's the best way to let a man know that you are interested in him, if you mimic his actions somewhat. A subtle gesture, I don't know. But if you do make fun of his hand move, I move my hands a lot. But if the hand movements it has to be a circumstance where not necessarily the hands, more the shoulders, the way a person walks, it looks like you're bouncing around or whatever. Because when you mimic a man, men will think that is absolutely adorable. Mimicking a man in a feminine manner is probably one of the cutest things that men find attractive. It's because we appreciate women and so on. Well, heterosexual men, we look for these circumstances in women. As for myself, when I see women that become intense in physical activities, that is incredible. I can remember I was watching Miss Allie Raesmith compete in the Olympics, and she had just competed in the floor exercise, and then after she competed, she was taking these deep breaths, and her face was so intense because she was anticipating what her score was, and she probably wanted to get into, the medal score. But at that point, I was like, oh, that girl is phenomenal. I love that type of intensity, and just right after she was competing, I was like, that is just awesome intensity, because I know how much effort she had put into her athleticism and to perform at that level in the Olympics on an international stage. And it was just a culmination of everything to where I was just like, wow, she is a phenomenal athlete and her intensity is off the charts. So the athletic attributes a woman has makes her have or exude that much more confidence in her body language, and her body language is her overall presence. There there are certain walks that you just notice when a girl is in a great mood, and that is just, oh, you know, their shoulders back, smiling, you know. When girls chew gum and walk, you know, and they're just kind of looking around and everything, that's the best. They're looking around, they're aware of all their surroundings. Awesome approach. And smiling and nodding and everything, just keep going on their way. And if somebody stops them, you know, they address that person and, oh, okay, you know, and then keep moving. That is the confidence that men seek. The girl that is, people say, outgoing or something of that nature, it's because they're confident. They're confident in their approach. They're confident with their well-being. They don't really care what their environment is throwing at them, because they're controlling their environment. They have that type of mastery over their own domain. So they can do what they want, and their environment is basically their own aura and what they're exuding. Obviously, nobody can control the weather and so on. You just live in the moment, and that's what we look for. It's like the person that's just, you know, they're active. They might be a little bit, you know, have a little bit of hyper activity to them, but, you know, not nervous activity like, you know, tapping their fingers when they're stoic. Their whole body has to be, you know, just kind of active and everything, you know, just looking around, checking out the scenery and everything. You know, just absorbing all the information that they can, as much information as they can, without, you know, without having to be fed information. So, for those that are like, what are you talking about? It's like, you really should stop and smell the roses. That's basically what I'm saying. So, this has been another session of What the. Thank you.